All right, that's good. All right, so we are going to start in Supta Baddha Konasana. That is lying down on the floor with the soles of the feet together and the knees apart. So take your time to get there. If you happen to have a block or a cushion with you, I just want to give this option. It's absolutely not necessary, but just in case you have something available at home and you would like to use it as a chest opener, we can use the block and place it right in between the shoulder blades. So the chest opens in here. So I'm just going to demonstrate how this is going to go. Right in between the shoulder blades, and we recline back. If the head feels or the neck feels too compressed, we can place a pillow or a cushion just like beneath, underneath the head. If this doesn't work with a block or if that's not available, a rolled up blanket also works, or even a pillow. Um, so whatever you have, as I said, it is not necessary, but just in case you have it, I just thought maybe I give a couple of options in here. So that's the example for rolled up blanket and a little pillow that I have here as well could work too. It works a little bit less, but you mean we can keep that in mind as well. So wherever you are, propped or not, doesn't matter. Just bring your feet, the soles of the feet together and the knees wide. Maybe allow to your hands rest by your side with the palms open towards the sky. I really like this arrival pose because it gives me an opportunity to open. And by opening, I mean like the full front body is open to receive or maybe to release as well. So that can go in any way you would like for it to work. And just gets us ready as well to receive energy and the chest openers are always very energetic as well. Let's take a deep breath in here and a long breath out through the mouth. Let that go. Let's do that again. Deep inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Let it go. Stay in this position for a couple more breaths. Allowing your spine to rest on your prop or on the mat. Your hips to be relaxed. Maybe closing your eyes, feeling any sensation in your body from the pelvis, from the base of the spine, all the way towards the crown of the head. Sahana Bhavatu, Sahana Punatu, Sahaviryam Karvavahai, Etasvinavadi Tamastu, Mavipishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Taking a moment here. And as soon as you start feeling ready, maybe bringing your feet to press towards each other as you start bringing your knees back together with your feet flat on the ground. Maybe if you need to release anything from your back, pressing your forearms on the ground, lifting the chest and releasing, taking the prop from underneath. Now to press your feet on the ground, begin to press the palms on the ground as well. Open those fingers wide. Begin to tuck the tailbone in here and just lift your hips just to a hover from the ground. It will activate rectus abdominis as it will give also space on the lower back. So let's take a deep breath in here and a full breath out. Keep those thighs active. The glutes are more or less active, yes, but not crunching into the lower back. Take one more breath. On the exhale, release all the way down. Begin to press your lower back on the ground as you tuck the tailbone in here. Again, activating rectus abdominis, the muscles on the abdomen, as you start bringing your legs into a 90-degree angle. That is like if you were sitting on a chair in here. Option is there for you to stay. Keep on pressing the lower back on the ground, or maybe your arms reach towards the sky. Just parallel to each other, palms facing each other. Take a deep breath in here. The option is there for you to stay. Or maybe on the exhale, you start extending the left leg and the right arm. Right arm goes back, left leg comes forward. Take a deep breath and come back to center. Exhale, second side. Deep breath in, back to center. Exhale, first side, extend, keep on pressing the lower back down. Deep inhale, back to center. Exhale, extend, second. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, extend first. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, extend second. Deep inhale, back to center. Just one more round. Inhale, extend. Exhale, come back. Inhale, extend. Exhale, come back and stay. Take a deep breath and keep on pressing that lower back on the ground. On the exhale, bring those knees towards the chest. Give yourself a little squeeze and maybe rock side to side. Take a moment here. Connect with your breath back again. Start planting your feet back on the ground, pressing those hands on the ground. Again, tucking your tailbone, flattening your back on the ground. Begin to rise your hips towards the sky, just to a hovering here. Keep on rotating those legs towards each other. Take one more breath in here. Full exhale. Last one, inhale. On the exhale, release all the way towards the ground. Maybe some windshield wipers in here, knees towards the side. A little bit of movement on the spine. Take a couple more breaths. And as you start feeling ready, maybe bringing the knees towards the chest and rock and rolling, or coming into your side and coming all the way to your feet. Let's take a deep breath in here to reach the hands towards the sky and maybe interlace those fingers in here. Again, keep the tailbone tucked as you hug the ribs in. Take one more breath. Maybe the chin comes towards the chest. On the exhale, begin to rotate towards your right hand side. Just adding a nice twist towards this side. Take a big breath in here. Full breath out. On your next inhale, start coming back to center. On the exhale, twist towards your second side. Keep the chest nice and open. Take one more breath. Long breath out. On your next inhale, back to center. And on the exhale, release your hands to the ground. Planting your right hand on the floor, reaching the other hand towards the sky, and lean towards your right hand side. Maybe you walk your hands and maybe you plant that forearm on the ground if that's accessible, just watching out for the sit bone. Keep on pressing it down. Take one more breath. On the exhale, coming back to center and going all the way towards the second side. Take a big breath in, keep the chest nice and open. Long exhale. Last inhale. On the exhale, coming back to center, hands to your shoulders, begin with circles, big, big circles with those shoulders towards the front, and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. We hold the elbows together in front of the face, opening the scapula. Take a deep breath in here. Full exhale. On your next inhale, so rotating back and 2, opening the chest, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. We hold them back. We open the chest, shoulders down, those shoulder blades hugging towards each other. Take another breath, elbows up. On the exhale, release back to center. Plant those hands on the ground in front of you. Transition in here, from here into your tabletop. And as you are coming into your tabletop, make sure your knees are underneath your hips, hip distance apart. Begin to walk those hands forward, coming into Anahatasana, the posture of the heart. As you bring the forehead down, spread those fingers wide and see if you can lift your forearms from the ground. So just the palms are pressing on the floor, shoulders are moving back, maybe tucking the tailbone slightly in here. Again, activating those ab muscles. Take one more big breath in. Full exhale. Begin to drop your forearms on the ground and start sliding all the way down into the ground. Sarva Bhujangasana, think pose. Your elbows are on the ground underneath those shoulders. Take a deep breath in, keep on pressing those thighs down, your feet pressing on the ground. Option is there for you to stay, option is there for you to lift and bend the right knee. Point the toes towards the sky. Take a deep breath in here. Maybe stay, maybe turn the gaze towards your left hand side. Big breath in, keep the chest nice and open. Avoid turning all the torso in here. We just want to shift the gaze or the head towards the side. Take another breath. On the exhale, release to the ground and change sides. Bending your left knee, maybe switching the gaze towards the opposite side, seeing it from the corner of the eye. You can see your foot. Take one more breath. On the exhale, coming back to center, extending those arms in front of you, coming into Ardha Shalabhasana. We're gonna reach the right hand and left leg up, chest is up. Exhale, lower back down. Deep inhale, second side, coming up. Exhale, lower back down. First side, reach up. Exhale to lower, deep inhale, second side, open up. Exhale, lower back down. Last round, deep inhale, first side. Exhale, lower, deep inhale, second side. And on the exhale, lower down, pillow arms, forehead down to the hands. Take a moment. Connect again with your breath. We're gonna bring those fingers wide into a very wide arm Bhujangasana with just the fingertips pressing on the ground. Pressing those fingertips on the ground, let's lift your chest. On the exhale, we'll lower back down. Deep inhale, press it up. Exhale, lower right shoulder to the ground. Deep inhale, press back up. Exhale, left shoulder down. Deep inhale, come back to center. Exhale, right shoulder down. Deep inhale, coming up. Exhale, left. Deep inhale, press back up. Last round. Exhale, coming down. Deep inhale, back to center. Exhale, lower left. Deep inhale, press back up and stay. Take a deep breath in. Full breath out. See if you can get a little bit taller. Take one more breath. On the exhale, release to the ground. Bring your hands to the pillow, forehead down. Maybe bend your knees, maybe finding some windshield wipers in here with your legs. Take your time as we move, dropping the feet, pressing those hands on the floor, pressing up into your tabletop. Spreading those fingers wide. Take a big breath in to open the chest. On the exhale, round the spine. Take a big breath in to open the chest. On the exhale, bend those elbows, chin and chest to the ground, Ashtanga Namaskar. Press back up into your tabletop, round the spine, push the ground away from you, child's pose. Let's do that one more time. Deep inhale to rise and open the chest. On the exhale, chin and chest to the ground, Ashtanga Namaskar. Press into those hands, rise back up into your tabletop, tilt in here and round until your hips come towards your heels. Last round, deep inhale to open up. On the exhale, chin and chest down. Press into those hands, come back, tabletop, round the spine, child's pose. Take a full cycle of breath in here. Whenever you're ready, rise back up into your tabletop, extending your right leg behind you. On the exhale, round the spine, bring the knee towards the nose. Deep inhale to kick back. On the exhale, knee to right elbow. Deep inhale to lengthen. Exhale, little bit of a twist, left elbow. Deep inhale to extend. On the exhale, plant that foot in between the hands, setting up for Anjaneyasana, low lunge position. Take a big breath in here. Full exhale. Last inhale. Long breath out. Pressing the left hand on the ground, start twisting towards your right hand side. Maybe the hand comes up. Option is there for you to hold your leg and turn your torso. Take one more breath. On the exhale, releasing the hand down to the ground, tucking the back toes, and begin to extend that back leg. Just a very low runner's lunge in here. Keep the hips nice and low. Take another breath. On the exhale, move the knee back to the ground and extend that front leg coming into Ardha Hanumanasana. Take a big breath in, extend your spine. Long breath out. Feel that stretch on the back of the leg all the way into your sit bones. Take one more deep breath in. On the exhale, we start coming back to center, pressing those hands on the ground, stepping back, tabletop. Drop the belly to open the chest. On the exhale, chin and chest down, Ashtanga Namaskar. Press back up into your tabletop, round the spine, push the ground away from you, child's pose. Deep inhale to rise up table. Extend your left leg behind you this time. On the exhale, bring the knee towards the nose. Deep inhale to kick back. Exhale, knee to right to left elbow. Deep inhale to lengthen. Exhale, right elbow. Deep inhale to extend. On the exhale, plant that foot in between the hands, setting up for Anjaneyasana on your second side. Keep the chest nice and open, the hips low. Take one more breath. On the exhale, plant that right hand on the ground and shift and open towards your left hand side. Take another big breath in. Full breath out. One more, just like that. Deep inhale. On the exhale, frame that foot back again. Begin to tuck your back toes in here and extend that back leg. Try to keep the hips nice and low. Take another deep breath in. Strong legs in here. On the exhale, back to the ground and extend that front leg in Ardha Hanumanasana on your second side. Again, bringing your hips back, keeping your spine nice and long. Take another breath. On the exhale, we begin to fold back again, to step back into our tabletop, to drop and open into your cow pose. On the exhale, chin and chest to the ground, Ashtanga Namaskar. Roll on open into your cobra pose. On the exhale, tuck the toes, step back into your downward facing dog. Take a moment to breathe, to connect with the ground, to open your fingers wide, to bend your knees if necessary to keep the torso nice and long. Take another breath. Exhale it out. On your next inhale, raise your heels, bend your knees, walk, step, or hop to the top of the mat. Lengthen your spine, inhale. Exhale to just fold. Root down through your feet, come all the way up. Samasthiti, hands by your side. All right. Surya Namaskar A, deep inhale to reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Lengthen your spine, inhale. Plant those hands, step back to your plank. With knees or toes lower down. Find your back bend, inhale. Exhale, push back, downward facing dog. Take a breath in here, connect again. On your next inhale, raise your heels, bend your knees, walk, step, or hop to the top of the mat. Lengthen your spine, inhale. Exhale to just fold. Root down through your feet, come all the way up. Samasthiti, hands by your side. All right, we're gonna play a little bit with balance and see how it goes. We're gonna bring the right knee into the chest as we root down through our left foot. We interlace those fingers in front of the knee and we start to pull it into the chest a little bit more. But as you pull the knee into the chest, observe if you're standing like kind of like bent in here, just to compensate. If you have to do that, keep in mind that it's more important to have that leg nice and extended and your knee maybe might need to be a little bit away from your torso. Take a big breath in here, hold your knee with your right hand and bring the other hand to your hip. Begin to open your knee towards the side. If the balance is good, and maybe you look towards the opposite side. Take a breath. Long breath out. On your next inhale, start coming back to center. Hold the knee with both hands. Maybe pull it a little bit closer this time. Take a breath in here. Release the knee. Keep it nice and close to your chest. Take another breath. Hold your hips. On the exhale, extend your leg in front of you. Take a big breath in, strong standing leg. On the exhale, swing that leg back. Land in warrior one position. Virabhadrasana A, the back heel is on the ground. The arms are straight. The other leg is lunging into the front of the mat. Take one more deep breath in. Full breath out. Option is there for you to open your arms into a cactus shape, maybe going all the way around, interlacing fingers. Option is there for you to stay upright or maybe extend and open into humble warrior. Keep the back arch lifting. Take another deep breath in, hips are square, long exhale. If you're folding, press into the front foot, extend and come all the way up. Extend your arms back again. Begin to lift the back heel off the ground, coming into high runner's lunge position. Hands to the center of the chest. Take a big breath in, rotate your shoulders back, and on the exhale, twist towards your left hand side, either elbow to thigh or hand to thigh and the other hand to the lower back. Take another big inhale, keep on lunging through the front leg. Long exhale. On your next inhale, come back to center, and on the exhale, we're gonna drop those hands on the ground just inside of the foot. So if your foot needs to open to the side of the mat, that's all right. Just try to keep your knee over your heel. Your back knee can come to the ground, setting up for lizard pose or Uttanapishtasana. Hands can stay on the ground. You can lower your forearms to the ground if you have a little bit more space. If you need a place in between and you have props with you, you can put on blocks as well or books. That also works. I don't recommend pillows because they're too soft, but go ahead and find a version of this pose that is, I don't want to say comfortable because it's not always the word, but the pose, the version of the pose that serves you today. Whenever you feel ready, begin to press those hands on the ground if they are not already there. Begin to press your right hand on the ground as you bring the other hand to your side. Either you stay in here, I'm just going to change side so we can see it from other side. Either we stay here. The other option is to lift the hand towards the sky. Third option is to reach the hand behind me. Opening the hand as it is. Maybe I stay. Maybe I start bending my back leg. And if I reach, maybe I hold my foot from outside of my foot and open the chest a little bit more. As I keep on lunging, you will notice the amount of stretch on that back squat. Take another breath. Long exhale. On your next inhale, start coming back to center. Press both hands on the ground. Release your foot if it was floating. Tuck the toes and step back into your plank pose. With knees or toes, lower down. Find your back and inhale. Exhale, push back, downward facing dog. Take a moment again, connect with your breath. On your next inhale, raise your heels, bend your knee, walk, step, or hop to the top of the mat. Lengthen your spine, inhale, exhale to just hold. Root down through your feet, come all the way up. Samasthiti, hands by your side. Second side, all right? We root down this time through the right foot as we pick up the left knee and interlacing those fingers in front of us. Again, straightening up that leg. Imagine as if you were pushing the ground away from you with that foot. Maybe you invite the knee closer to your chest or not. Holding the knee with the left hand this time, the other hand comes to your hip as you begin to open your knee towards the side. Take a big breath in here. Maybe you stay, maybe the gaze goes towards the other side. Take another breath. On the exhale, coming back to center, holding the knee with both hands, maybe pulling it up a little bit more this time. Take a breath in here. Maybe you stay, maybe you release the knee and you let it holding there, hands to your hips. Extending the leg forward, take a big breath in here. Use those hip flexors, long exhale. Last inhale. On the exhale, swing that leg back, stepping back into your Virabhadrasana, 8 seconds side. Hands towards the sky, take a big breath in, chest is nice and open. On the exhale, squeeze those elbows together, cactus shape. Again, the option is there for you to stay. Option is there for you to interlace those hands behind you, rolling your shoulders back and going into humble warrior. Keep the chest nice and open, keep on lunging through that strong leg. Take another breath, hips are square. Long exhale. On your next inhale, begin to rise if you're not already there. Releasing your arms, reaching back up. The back heel comes off the ground into high runner's lunge position. Take a big breath in here. On the exhale, hands at the center of the chest and begin to twist towards your left hand side. Right hand side towards your, so that means your opposite elbow comes to your thigh, or your opposite hand holds your thigh, and the other hand can hold your hip. Take a big breath in here. On the exhale, begin to untwist. Drop those hands on the ground, on the inside of your foot as you drop your back knee to the floor and untuck those toes. Setting up for Uttam Prishtasana on your second side. Maybe in this one, you don't lower your forearms, or maybe in this one you do. Just notice, this is the interesting part. Our bodies are so different from one side to the other that one side might be a little bit more open than the other one. And with the practice, you will start noticing which is your most flexible part, or your strongest part in your body. You know, like I have certainly my hips, in my case, in the right hand side a lot more tight than the left hand side, and you will start noticing those little things in your practice, in your journey. Option is there for you to stay, of course, or maybe come back to the ground with your hands. Option is there to press the left hand on the ground and lift the right and open your chest. Again, the option is there to keep on holding your thigh, reaching towards the sky, or maybe extending that arm behind you. And maybe if you extend that arm behind you, you begin by bending your knee, your back knee, and lifting your toes. And maybe you hold that leg as you keep on twisting, as you keep on lunging through that front leg, offering that quad a nice big stretch. Take another breath. On the exhale, release back to center. Press those hands on the ground to step back. Plank with knees or toes. Again, we'll lower down. Find our back bend. Inhale. Exhale, push back, child's pose. Take a moment here, connect again with the ground. If your shoulders are tired, you can bring your arms around you. You can certainly bring something solid underneath your forehead. Open the airway to breathe as well. As you start feeling ready, pressing into those hands, coming back to your feet, extending with your legs in front of you, and just finding a seated forward fold. Take a big breath in, maybe we'll lift the arms and extend, and on the exhale, we fall forward over the legs. Catch whatever part of your legs that are accessible in here. If you want to really catch your big toes with your fingers and you feel that your spine is rounding a lot, preferable to bend your knees and keeping the torso nice and long. As I always said, it is easier to start working in opening the hamstrings in here and taking the heels forward rather than working from a very round spine into a nice straight line in the spine. It is also not very healthy to force the fold into the back. It needs to come from the length in the back, in the whole back body. Take another breath. Long exhale. Whenever you feel ready and in here, begin to relax your arms, begin to relax your legs as you find this active forward fold, it becomes a very passive, a very lazy forward fold. Maybe we tuck the chin and round the spine in here without using any force, just the force of gravity. Take a breath in here and the full breath out. Whenever you feel ready, begin to all the way to the ground. Allowing your knees to come to a bend. Press it into those feet on the ground. Pressing those hands on the ground as you tuck the tailbone and lift the hips towards the side into Setu Bandhasana, bridge posture. Take a deep breath in here, fill up the lungs, long inhale. Last one, inhale. On the exhale, release the hips to the ground, extending your arms by your side, just finding some windshield wipers with your feet. With your own breath, just finding the last couple of movements before we rest. As you start feeling ready, begin to bring your knees into your chest. Give yourself a little squeeze. Maybe hold the knees a little bit closer. Take a big breath in here. Exhale to release all the way to the ground into your final rest. Shalom. Sabi turbardeniam, parvo Begin by inviting your breath back into your lungs a couple of times before you leave. Of course, you are more than welcome to stay in the shape you are right now, as long as you feel comfortable. If you're ready to move right now, be very gentle with those movements. Take your time. Take your time as you move into your mat, into your space, and maybe start finding your field position on your right hand side. And as you come into your side, just take a moment again to connect to your breath, to the ground underneath you and your mat. Whenever you feel ready, begin to come back to your seat with your eyes closed and the hands at the center of the chest in Anjali Mudra. Taking a moment here to connect again with your intention, with your practice and your breath. Just to feel grateful for the beautiful ancient practice and its teaching. Rub your palms together and cover your eyes. Rub your palms one more time to cover that part of the body that needs it the most right now. Thank you so much for your practice, for your presence as always. Thank you. I will see you next time. Have a beautiful rest of your day. Thank you. Thank you, Caitlin.